You may hear him. Down goes Frazier. Down goes Frazier.
Guys, there's nothing like boxing, and there are no athletes like fighters.
Struggling to get to his feet. Incredible thing. It's unbelievable.
Takes another right. Burns in deep trouble again. Burns is down. Burns is down.
You know, you dream of fights, I guess, but the man Shannon didn't live up to it.
What up, fight fans? I'm Jay Cotto. Welcome to Late Night Boxing Talk. Let's get it.
Yo, I bag weed up, Puerto Rican flag on my sneaker, a half an ounce in a cold heater. I bag weed up, Puerto Rican flag on my sneaker, a half an ounce in a cold heater. Yo, I bag weed up, Puerto Rican flag on my sneaker, a half an ounce in a cold heater.
Alright, fight fans. I hope you enjoyed my blow-by-blow video. And I got a lot of good feedback by it. Of course, my man Dilltown don't agree with it. It's all good. Everybody has a difference of opinion. Peace to Dilltown, YTBC student, Shady Slim, Reef from Newark, MMA Boxing Talk, JR the Boxing Junkie, my man Juan Pablo, Raymond Uy, Andrew Sr., and 10 players. You know what I mean? It goes on and on, man. I brought it back to the old school frames. Of course, you see everybody here in the audience here paying attention, and of course, you're part of it. And welcome back, man. Just want to, just want to hit a couple of topics with you guys. Well, first, I want to commend YTBC student, man. Hashtag come back to boxing for basically, trying to clear the waters. You know what I'm saying? And everybody else out there that's trying to do their best, trying to stay away from the racism within the YouTube boxing community, because that's exactly what it is, the YouTube boxing community. And both sides basically, peace to that brother. I'm not gonna mention no names, but peace to you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? We hashed it out. Everything's good. Just have to say, man, screw the racism, man. We're all brothers and sisters under God. You know what I mean? We all a family. It is what it is. We can't allow anything to try to break us up. You know what I'm saying? Boxing, to me, has no color. You know what I mean? Only certain fighters out there that are going to stand up for the racism and stuff, and most of them aren't, because they only care about one color, and that's green. That's the money they're making, and that's facts. Otherwise than that, towards each other in this boxing community, me and YTBC student and a handful of others that are down with hashtag come back to boxing as well. Hashtag the whole of justice. Peace to Duke Odin. You know what I mean? Mr. Logan. We just basically, man, it just goes like this, man. We're going to make boxing great again. We're going to make this community great again. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of people have agendas. A lot of people have beefs with each other. Real men put that shit aside and we just keep it moving. We report on the sport of boxing. We do our best on the platform. We come out here and we just basically give you these projects and these videos, so you either uploaders or followers, peace to each and every follower down with hashtag come back to boxing, each and every uploader as well, so that way you can keep informed within the sport. We're a community. We all work together. It is what it is. I've been past the crosshairs, but once it's hashed out, it's forgotten about. You guys can do the same too. You know what I mean? We can all agree to disagree on certain fights and certain subjects. You know what I mean? Like this Ward Kovalev thing that's going on. It went on with the Manny Pacquiao and the prize fighter from Vegas. You know what I'm saying? Issue. And we just got to put that shit to bed. Nice and snug. There's no reason for everybody to have beefs with each other, because at the end of the day, it makes no sense. Piece of Zone 6 boxing. Hashtag come back to boxing, my brother. You know what I mean? Everybody just got to put shit aside and just understand that the way we're seeing things right now and the way the world is functioning, it's only right that this platform should be a safe haven, a getaway from all of that stuff. You know what I mean? We should all, peace to Michael Montero as well, hashtag come back to boxing. Everything needs to just be hashed out. Everybody needs to come together as a community. Everybody just needs to understand that all this racism, all this name calling, the disagreeing, the pointing the fingers, it just put it to a cease, man. Be men. You know, I've always stood up for it, and I'm not in the crossfires. I get called a coon, I get called a nigger, but you know what? That shit bounces off of me like water off of duck feathers, man. It's nothing. Those that are racist, you know, and have that racism, that racial value within them, well, you just jot it down on a piece of paper and know who they are. Block them, and that's that. Keep it moving. But I don't feel that the fight fans, our subscribers, our followers, as well as the you know, uploaders that have nothing to do with it, have to be caught in the crosshairs, man. All that just needs to cease, man. You know, I have a plan. YTBC Student has a plan. And a handful of other uploaders have a plan to make boxing great again, and it's going to happen. But before I get into the late night boxing talk discussions, let's get it.
Like Lisa, non-believers, get the 2-1 double 12 19. Count your alphabets, I ain't so grimy. Dog, I roll with my anything move, niggas gon' hit up.
Now, Shannon Briggs and Lucas Brown were supposed to fight. The thing here is, Lucas Brown tested positive. Not once, but twice. Once again. See, he was on a 6-month suspension, and this is the second time he's failed the test. Not only did Shannon Briggs pull his card, he clowned him. And you can catch it on YouTube. You know what I'm saying? Go to the Shannon Briggs go to Shannon Briggs page and or channel, and you'll see that Shannon Briggs clowned him. Chan, right? So basically, I gotta say this about, you know, users, man. Whether the substance is harmful to you, like Bermain Stavern, or whether you're just using it to get ahead, you guys are not worth our time and our money. See, a lot of these fighters are scared of Shannon Briggs, man. Shannon Briggs still has the goods, and I've been saying this, and I knew this fight was not going to make it. What they're trying to do is, I guess they're trying to make Shannon Briggs get old and rusty, but the man's in the gym. Just the other day, he released a video with him and the great Evander Holyfield shadowboxing with each other, and that was great, man. Good looking, Shannon Briggs. That was a great video, man, and it was great to see Evander Holyfield, you know, in movement again. You know what I'm saying? It was great. And I just have to say, man, you know, Shannon Briggs has to get an opportunity. Now, he was supposed to go for I think it was the WBA regular against Lucas Brown. So now Eddie Hearn is saying that he wants King Kong Ortiz next for Shannon Briggs, right? But at the same time, I'm hearing otherwise. I'm hearing that, if I'm not mistaken, I'm hearing that maybe, you know, Shannon Briggs might have to wait again. And that's kind of messed up. And I'll tell you a little bit later as to why Shannon Briggs might have to wait again on the sideline for Luis King Kong Ortiz. But all I'm saying is, man, David Haye ducked him. A whole handful of fighters ducked him, man. Now, a lot of fight fans, or should I say fanboys, not fight fans, fanboys, are going to actually ridicule him if he was to choose a younger opponent and destroy him. But you can't blame him because that's what's being thrown at him. Am I correct? So, right now, at this time, Shannon Briggs is on a F it, I'll fight anybody regimen. And nobody could blame him for that. Nobody could blame him for that. He's going to wind up fighting whoever he has to fight. And that's that. Now, the only thing we can do is try to continue to respect Shannon Briggs on whoever he's going to fight. You know what I mean? I mean, if you guys could respect fighters that don't really win matches and are granted titles, then you have to respect a veteran who continues to want to fight. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it.
Go hit her for you morons. You see the bricks tattooed up on the forearm. Beef is like sirloin. Ellis, my Jerry Maguire. When I sign a check and get paid, it's gonna be an all-nighter.
Now, Eddie, Frank Warren says that Saunders is hungry for Golovkin, right? Man, this dude Saunders. But his current match is postponed for the second time. The first time it was because of an injury, and now it's due to some paperwork. Now I know what most of you fanboys are going to say, you political fans. Oh, but if the paper ain't right, he's not going to get paid correctly. Who cares? He's supposed to fight. He's got a title. He's a champion. He's supposed to defend it. Why isn't he defending it? It makes no sense for a fighter to keep pulling out like this. This is why I hope if he fights this gentleman, he gets beat up. He gets beat up, man. And when he does happen to get beat up, I hope it's an embarrassment and he'll take it as a lesson. Because Saunders is doing exactly what most Heyman fighters do. And you know what that is? They'll call out names. They'll want to fight left and right. But when it comes to signing the papers, when it comes to the get down, there's no get down, just a let down. And quite frankly, stuff like this is exactly why UFC is becoming a favorite combat sport to watch. It's not chemistry, it's not science, man. You know what I'm saying? It's not algebra 5. You guys got to understand. These things cannot happen within the sport. When it does, right away everybody wants to blame everybody else. You know what I mean? But they don't want to. They don't want to blame these fighters, these divas, these political fighters. Good old lemonade. They don't want to point fingers at the person who deserves to be, ridiculed and blamed, which is the fighter. This is why I don't like Saunders. To me, I feel he's holding on to that title as much as he can. As much as he can. And he's calling out Canelo. He's calling out Triple G. Yeah, call out to call out. But when is the get down? Let's get it.
It's gonna be an all-nighter. When you smell the haze light up, no, it's my drink. 40 niggas getting in, yeah, it's my niggas suck down when they get it blunt. You can give me head, bitch, I don't eat.
Now, Nicholas Walters, the Axeman, has said in an interview that he guarantees a knockout against Lomachenko. I have to say, that's all good. But do not promise us something you are not going to be able to deliver. Now, I don't doubt this man's skill at all. Nicholas the Axe Walters is no joke. But Lomachenko has been called the Matrix. You see? And this guy knocks people out. His last 4 opponents he knocked out. Straight on their back. Flapjack style. So, what's going to happen here is, what happens if he can't deliver? It's gonna be to a point where I just feel Nicholas Walters is gonna get outboxed really bad. You know, he has a habit of getting touched a lot. And you know I'm telling the truth. And no, it's not because he's black. Nicholas Walters is a good fighter in this era. The problem is he gets touched too much. Lomachenko is becoming a great fighter. Very elusive. Can hit you going backwards, forwards, in any angle. He punches his angles, and he has power, plus momentum. So, you guys, I feel I'm in for a treat with this one. Now, I've said it on Facebook forums, and I'm going to say this on this platform, YouTube. And excuse me, Lord, for I am about to curse. If there's any type of fuckery in this match, I'm done with boxing. You know what I'm saying? These eyes have seen the greats. There are other fight fans about my age that are getting sick and tired of what they're seeing. You know what I mean? I have to commend a lot of uploaders that I know that have actually gone back and have taken a look. A second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth look at the Ward Kovalev fight. And they actually, wow, Kovalev won. Holy crap. You know what I mean? So, I'm just calling it like I see it. If the fight's not called straight down the middle, I'm done. I'm not going to continue to frustrate myself, nor am I going to partake in blemishing a sport that I was raised on. Because this is supposed to be tradition. You know what I'm saying? There's no robberies in baseball. There's no robberies in football. You know what I mean? So why must there be all these things in boxing? This has to stop. This really has to stop. It's getting to a point. I'm expecting to see a very, very good match between Walters and Lomachenko. And I'm starting to get the idea that the way you win matches these days is a lot of holding and smothered punches. Let's get it.
This bitch I don't eat. Red man the ruler. I even got chickens in the Aruba. My wordplay equipped with a tutor.
Now, rest in peace to Alex the Destroyer Stewart, who has passed away at the age of 52. Now, the cause of death has not yet been known, but this man has fought the best of them. And he has contributed as a very good contender. You know, he's fought the likes of Mike Tyson, Evander Holyfield. You know, this man was like, you know, the Ron Lyle of that era. You know what I mean? Hard hitter, went in there, slugged it out, the best of them. Stood the test of time with him. Now this is what saddens me, man, that a lot of you casual fans, which I don't mind, the ones that want knowledge and the ones that respect the sport, you know, you got to do your homework, because there's still great ones in this era, like Briggs, you know what I mean? And you have to really study these guys. It's not all about the newbies. The newbies are still, you know, still have yet to graduate. You know what I mean? And there aren't many. Manny Pacquiao's one of them. He continues to fight. People say he's 37, he's past his prime. I have to concur. I don't feel he's in his prime. I mean, I don't feel he's past his prime. You know what I mean? I mean, he just fought a prime pound-for-pound champion, Jesse Vargas, and beat him. You know, he fought a prime Timothy Bradley 3 times. So the man is amazing. He's not in his prime yet, I feel. You know what I mean? The only time I feel he'll be in his prime is if he was to fight a Terrence Crawford, a Thurman. You know what I mean? You know, fighters that actually give him a hard time and waste the rest of what he has left. Because age is nothing. I mean, I'm 42 years old and I'm still in great shape. And I feel I haven't even hit my prime yet. You know, people like to label prime by numbers, you know, by age, and that's not really what it's about. It's about how you feel and if you're still moving and can still hang with the best of them. You know what I mean? And I'm just saying, a lot of you young boxing fans have to do your homework on these greats. You know? Let's get it.
You and Calvin say that I'm cooler, the welterweight cruiser on BSO. I get drunk and start tripping like Diaz show. Yo, where you be at, bro?
For you, this is not for the Andre Ward fans. And of course, there's a difference between fans and fanatics. Now, I have stated on a Facebook forum, right? I've stated on a Facebook forum that we had Flomos, we had Packtards, and now we have Wartards. And Wartards are the ones that are actually running with Andre Ward dominated Kovalev. Andre Ward didn't feel Kovalev's power when his face tells a different story. Andre Ward dominated Kovalev from the 1st all the way to the 12th. You know, exaggeration, stuff like that. But you guys are going to wind up getting him killed, man. Because now Andre Ward wants to go to the heavyweight division to capture heavyweight straps. Hashtag delusional. That is a bad move for Andre Ward. He should not even try to do that. He should stay in the light heavy, fill in that 175 frame that he has, callous his body, because the heavyweights hit much, much harder. He's not even going through a cruiserweight division. I mean, the heavyweights hit much, much harder. And I was right about him not being calloused for a light heavy. And for him to take a light, you know, for him to just take that title, then go to another division right away, no. And whoever's going to back that up is definitely a Wartard. I'm sorry. Definitely a Wartard. You know what I'm saying? Like Michael Montero says, you guys are in the mental ward. You know, what he should do, March or in May, give Kovalev his rematch. You know what I mean? And the winner gets Stevenson. That's the way it should go. Stevenson can wait. You know why? I am champion. Superman can wait. Because all of a sudden he's calling Ward out. Or he's calling... But he was supposed to try to unify those straps, what, 2-3 years ago? One thing I agree with Andre Ward, where he said in a boxing interview, I think it was Boxing News 24, he said, well, Stevenson had his chance to fight. Why now? Exactly. All of a sudden, what, you see easy lunch meat? Well, you're going to have to wait, Stevenson. You haven't done anything. You haven't done anything. And to tell you the truth, you're a bit too slow for Ward. So you should just get a tune-up and just wait your turn and let these two gentlemen hash it out and give us fight fans the rematch that we deserve. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are asking, what will Kovalev do different in the rematch? Well, here's my answer. The worst mistake these judges did and made, and Ward as well, Ward made a mistake by saying Kovalev's power, he didn't feel it, which was, come on, guys. The second mistake that Ward made was not being honest to himself and to his fans. And the biggest mistake the judges made was doing what they did. So basically, what Kovalev is going to do, what they did was he's hungry again. He's hungry again. And he's going to be way more dangerous now. And now that he's got Andre Ward's game plan, which a lot of people now are saying because a certain, what was it, some boxing writer came out and said something about Kovalev initiating the clinch like 54 times or something, or 45 times or something like that, when we clearly saw that, what was happening. And Kovalev is just going to come back. He's already got Ward's number. Ward thinks he has Kovalev's number like he did when he first fought him. You know, but he doesn't. Another big mistake that Andre Ward made, and I'll say it again, was he did not prepare himself with a light heavyweight. Alexander Brand coming in at 173 was not considered a light heavyweight. That was not a light heavyweight match. That was a super middleweight. He wasn't hitting as hard, and I proved it. He wasn't hitting as hard as Kovalev or a light heavyweight. So Andre Ward is going to have to, now that his body is calloused, the faster he gets on with this match, the more he will be able to withstand. You know what I mean? And I just feel the second fight, Kova's got his number. Let's get it.
You and Calvin say that I'm cooler, the welterweight cruiser on BSO. I get drunk and start tripping like Diaz show. Yo, where you be at, bro? In the Briggs, hood down where you won't see them palm trees or Mr. Chow.
Now, Dave Allen will fight Luis Ortiz this December, and that should make up for that bullshit fight that we had to endure. Everybody, well, not everybody, some fight fans are saying that it was Luis Ortiz's fault. Luis Ortiz got exposed, blah, blah, blah. But that's besides what they're saying. Luis Ortiz isn't old, nor did he get exposed. Malik Scott was the one that was falling all over the place, complaining about getting hit back of the head, and basically on his bicycle. And I've said it, he needs to open up a bike shop. He definitely needs to open up a bike shop. Now, this is why Shannon Briggs is going to have to wait for Luis Ortiz if this does go down, because he's got to take David Allen this December. And when Luis Ortiz changes David Allen's pamper, or Dave Allen's pamper, then we shall have a great fight between Briggs and Ortiz, and Briggs will test Ortiz. Believe that. Hashtag King Kong's in Brooklyn. Let's get it.
I scare a nigga when I let it go. We had to do it. LOD, toes on my DJ. Motherfuckers, you know the trick. Yeah, lyrics, you know the trick. Yeah, I let my gun go. Let's put this one right next door.
Now, I would like to take the time out to talk about my series, Brasco and his 45. It's been picking up. I've been dropping them slowly. I'm up to episode number 26, going to drop, no, actually 27, going to drop 28 and 29. I will be dropping them 2 episodes a week starting next week. It's been picking up. This is basically a story that I've written. Has a true formula of boxing, true school boxing. A lot of boxing heads love this. I also have a lot of followers of it on its Facebook page, Brasco is 45 on Facebook. And you guys got to follow this. This is for the boxing head that is waiting for boxing to come on and there's no boxing, or waiting for boxing to hit a certain time that fight day, and they need time to, you know, envision or just keep busy. Rascal on his 45 is that story. These are 30. These sometimes I vary them from 20 minutes, 12 minutes, 30 minutes. It depends. And it's just like a knockout, unpredictable. It's just like a match, unpredictable. But they're complete episodes. It's an audio book. You can also find it on YouTube on my channel, Jeff Cotto. Just look on my playlist, Rascal on his 45, and get it from the beginning. Trust me, you don't want to miss this story. You don't want to miss this damn story. Because when I release the book, you guys, and I'm not going to release it till I'm done. And trust me, we're already on season 2. Many more seasons to come. So get interested in this audio, the first boxing audio book on YouTube. You know what I mean? And I'm the first guy to bring you Boxing News Live on Facebook. You know what I mean? Don't be fooled by anybody else. I was the first one to do that. And I'm usually on from Monday to Thursday, 10 a.m. on Facebook. Live. So you guys just, you know, go to the playlist. If you can't sleep or you need some boxing in your life, listen to Rascal on his 45. You also get little excerpts of, you know, storylines and interviews. You know what I mean? And basically, it's narrated by me, voices of me, and it's all done for you guys. Otherwise than that, I'm Jay Cotto. Thank you for joining Late Night Boxing Talk. Hashtag come back to boxing. God bless. Stay vigilant. Peace.
Yes, sir, we back, baby. We ain't never left, nigga. East Coast in the building, nigga.